Cool. Bro, you got it, bro.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You got it. You got it.
What's up, everyone? I can
Bro,
speak. I
I hold the camera. You got it,
I
bro.
just project my voice. I don't like.
Oh, true. I got you. All right, for sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, everyone? I'm Bradford or Brad, however you want to spin it. Graduated from North Carolina A&T. Born and raised in Charlotte. Um, day by day, I work at Wells Fargo as a sales analyst in treasury management. That's what gets the bills paid. But long term, trying to figure out how to use my LLC better. So I like videography. Don't know if it's how much of a passion it is. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'm like, just kind of like it. But ultimately, I'm just trying to figure out how to continue to build, gain financial wealth, and hopefully also get into some real estate stuff long term. I got my eyes on hopefully trying to get some foreclosure properties this coming year. So.
Ooh, okay. And one thing you ain't mentioned, this brother just closed on his house recently, you feel me? So shout out to bro, first house, you feel me? New homeowners in the building, yes sir. I'm sorry. Tara, yes. The lady who's making everything happen. Go ahead. Yes.
Not to break everybody's neck, but yes, hi y'all. I'm doing some things. I work for Be Social until Thursday, but I've been here. I met Darren when I first started here as the coordinator. It's been a really great experience. I'm also an artist. Actually, those are my prints on the screens there. If you like them, that's me. I'm also from Chicago, and I've been here about a year and 2 months. I heard you. I was like, oh, can I meet you? But yeah, I've just been meeting some like Darren. I've been meeting some amazing people here at Be Social, like Victoria. I met Victoria here a couple months in, and so I'm just really excited to connect with a lot of young creatives, entrepreneurs, and just seeing us grow. So hey y'all, that's all I want to say. Go ahead, Darren.
Bless. Appreciate you. But yeah, so transitioning now. We're just gonna touch on this real quick. Some of the wins and challenges from February. I'm gonna be real with y'all. February was kind of challenging for me. In business, I mean, the notion is what January, February is typically slow or whatever, right? One of my clients asked me like, all right, well, how is the beginning of the year for you? I'm like, I'll let you know when it happens, as I've never gone through that being a full-time entrepreneur. I can say for the first time that it was interesting, we made it through though, and I can definitely see very, very soon now that business is starting to pick up, so we're blessed to do that. And that, all right, so that was the challenge. One of the wins was I was looking for I didn't know what it was called, like a financial analyst, financial advisor, something like that, And then we went to this event at the beginning of March, and we met this young lady right here, Janae. Yeah, and she was like, hey, let's have a conversation about, finance and stuff like that. Because I know that's something that Cassandra, you had mentioned, and that stuck on my mind. He was like, yeah, like getting strong on like just checking on your budget every single week and stuff like that, Yeah, so I've been meeting with Janae. She's been helping me out, you feel me? And it's very sobering, I'll put it like that, when you think that like, all right, cool, you might be doing things right in finance, but somebody who actually specializes in those things is able to break that down and say, hey, you might want to check these things out if you want to get to those goals that you claim you want to get to. So that was one of the wins and challenges for February. Definitely want to open up the floor for anybody who wants to share. Go, what we got? You want to go ahead? All right.
So for February, let me think. So I can start. I'm gonna start with my challenges. So I am a lender. So one of my challenges. Actually, let me start with the win. The win, because the win and the challenge kind of goes together. So my win was, I work with builder accounts. That's really what we specialize in. So my win was I got this builder account.
Hey.
I'm super stoked about it, of course. What came with it though was me getting busier. So my challenge is like, okay, I wanted this account really bad. Y'all got the account. Now I have like people calling me like every like time of the day, like whether it's in the early morning, late at night, and it's like, oh, y'all need to slow down. So it's me trying to now keep up with what I paid for. But I'm excited, and yeah, that's my favorite.
Solid. Appreciate you sharing that. Anybody else want to share?
I was actually gonna say like something similar has been going on in my life, and something I've been keeping in mind. The saying to whom much is given, much is required. So
Yeah, and that's literally like how like every time like people are like, oh, what's going on with you? And I'm like, well, Like last year, I was struggling. Like, oh my gosh, I need loans. I need loans. And it's like now it's picking up. Like you were saying, my business picking up. It's picking up now. So it's like it's slowly coming, but it's coming. But it seems like it's coming faster.
Mm.
You know.
Fast. Yeah, appreciate y'all sharing that. Anybody else want to go? Buddy? Go ahead.
So February for me, yeah, see, this is what I usually do. The mic was killing me. I was like, how do you speak out? I don't know. February for me was kind of hard for my family. We had a lot of deaths, unfortunately. So it was more of, all right, get your shit together. It's time to go. You know, let's get it back together. It's time to get back into business. So I went to a lot of events. I picked up a lot of new clients. And it's just kind of what she was saying, like getting what you prayed for, because you wanted to go ahead and pick up and get back into everything, but it was just like, wait a minute, slow down. I didn't know this is what I asked for. Like, you know, a little sleep would be nice. That hour, they took the hour from me, and I was like, why did you do that? What is going on in your life? But at the same time, as a curse, it is a blessing because I get to help more people out and do the things that I do, make cakes, and actually, you know, enjoy and be able to get paid for it. So that's my win and my challenge.
Fast. And one thing that I'm hearing amongst everybody is like, I had to remind myself of this, being in business is we asked for, like you was saying, we asked for this business, we asked for these clients and stuff like that. And I gotta remember, like, God would never give us nothing that we couldn't handle. You feel me? And I just had to remind myself of that because I'm like, bro, I can't handle this. However, it's like, oh, you gotta remind you, like, I wouldn't be giving you this if I didn't think you was capable of it. So, just want to share that type deal. Anybody else want to go? Jordan, you got anything, bro?
Over new wins.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Challenges for sure. For February, I'm just hopping into real estate and like real estate investing area. So really like the challenges and wins have been going to events like this networking events, and being comfortable with talking to people about real estate, even though I don't have as much knowledge or as much information. I still know I hold some type of value to the people that I'm still around with. So it's just like being like just around more people who like what's into what I'm into has been great. Even though it's challenging because I'm not able to talk as swiftly or just as comfortably as them.
Mm.
Being around it more and more has gotten me to that comfortability.
Mm.
So that's why I say definitely February was really showing me like just going out to these events and really going out, putting myself out there and taking action for doing it.
Mm.
That's the biggest thing for me for February. I want to continue with the March, continue through the months and just continue to gain that knowledge, gain that wisdom. Go from there.
Fast. Yeah, bro. You may want to tap into my guy William right here, bro. So OG investor, you feel me? Well, I don't know about OG, but how long you been investing, bro?
I've been investing by myself for going on about 2 years this year, but I
2
grew
years.
up in the family business for what past 29 years.
29 years, yeah.
My family's been doing it for like 33 years.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, bro, it's definitely a wealth of knowledge right here, bro. You definitely want to tap in with, bro. But yeah, Brad, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Just three quick things. I know,
Yeah.
piggybacking off of you, I would say like one win was just getting out of my comfort zone.
Mm.
So like a friend of mine, she does a consulting business with and project management assistance. So like she had an apprenticeship, and I was just working under her, learning some more project management because that's something that I'm trying to make a career shift to from like a 9 to 5, and just like doing that, I feel as though it's a win because it's helped me in the long run as well from my entrepreneurship side of like becoming more organized, understanding how timelines work and how to actually get to point A to point B. Secondly, from like a videography standpoint, me and one of my best friends, well, you know Rob, me and one of my best friends, we just got a contract with Independence High School.
Ooh, let's go. Yes, sir.
As far as like the challenge or I guess like loss, or not even like just the lesson learned is like don't be so hard on yourself. Like I came into January, I'm a very like in my head type of person, so like, and I'm also very like detail oriented. So like all January I was like, all right, I gotta do this, and then February I started like seeing like myself start teetering when it came to like my running, also like my meal prep, all this stuff, and I felt as though that started affecting just like who I was like on a day to day. But at the same time, I say all that to say like give yourself grace. So
Facts.
as much as that was a challenge, it's taught me like come into March with like new energy, and you are the energy that you carry. So like don't try to just like be so
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. You was gonna say something, bro?
I'm sorry. Y'all gonna inspire me. I'm gonna share a win for myself as well. And this is just that I actually got back into journaling in February.
Word.
I
Okay.
haven't journaled like since September. Kept saying I was gonna get back into it. All this stuff is going on. Wanted to remember what it was, but I didn't do any journaling. So right before February ended, I started getting back into it. And the reason I like the personal journal that I found in past experience is because when I go back, or I'm having a hard time, just going through, the grind. When I look back on how I was feeling, a year ago on this day, I can read it like in first person and recall how I was feeling when I was going through it and understanding that, damn, look at me now, I'm making it.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me some inspiration. But just that really it hits for me personally, and it hits for a lot of people. I think try journaling if you don't. It really, when you're feeling down, you can look back at that and recall the stuff that you had to overcome to get where you're at. So I think that's a win for me.
Yeah, that's
The challenge now is just to keep on.
true.
That's it.
There's a cool journaling app called Agape, I think that's how you pronounce it. So
Mm.
if you're like comfortable or have a hard time like expressing feelings, you can do it with like your friends. So my girlfriend and I, we do it together. It's just like really like to me, I find it like very therapeutic, especially if you struggle to like write it like on a physically write it. So.
Mm.
Thank you.
Word. Yeah, I had to write that down. You said Agape app? Okay. Yeah.
AGAPE.
Word. Heck yeah, appreciate that, bro. Heck yeah. And Larry, I'm glad you mentioned that, bro, because that kind of like goes back to what Brad was just sharing. That like, bro, I know I be hard on myself. You feel me? So it's like, but going back and saying like, okay, this is where I was at. Let's say September 2022 type deal. And even though I may be feeling down on myself today in March, it's like, you look at the difference, like, whoa, you telling me you overcame this, you did that, but you're still feeling down on yourself. But it's like, you wouldn't really have that realization if you weren't journaling like that. So I feel you on that, bro. I feel you. But no, I appreciate everybody, sharing that. So rolling into it, the main thing, time management and productivity. Now, this is going to be a group conversation because I too am not good at time management. So I would definitely love to hear your input, Dom, when it comes to time management. You feel me? I have been actively working on it. We are all works in progress. So good time management can lead to increased productivity and business success. So one thing that I'm doing right now, bro, I live by Google Calendar. I live by it, and it's really nothing personal when, like, let's say we have to connect with friends, like, I got to put it on my calendar. Otherwise, like, it may not happen. You feel me? Like, so that's one thing. And then, of course, some key time management strategies for entrepreneurs or those of us that are working to crush our career goals. So let's roll into it. So, some of the challenges we face. Oh, it's that P word. All right, cool. Procrastination, lack of planning. The two P words, man. Perfectionism, miscommunication. So, procrastination. I can talk about that all day. You feel me? But we want to open up the floor and just like, how do you guys relate to these 4 words on the board, specifically some of those P words? So what y'all got? Go ahead.
Okay, so I've always thought of procrastination as like the bane of my existence. Like when I was in college, the only time I'd get my assignments done was like the day before or the day of. So it would be like drop off at 4 and I'd be like printing at 4:45, like 3:45 I'm running. So, it's been a thing. And it's not that I don't have the time. Like I'll sit.
Exactly.
I'll sit and I'll be like,
Exactly.
I got this to do and I'll start at
Yeah.
and I'll just
Yeah.
be like, yeah, but there's a game I'm like,
Yeah.
gone. But as I go through, I realize that procrastination can be used effectively in my life. So what I've done recently, and it's been working, I still procrastinate dramatically, but it's been working. What I've done is I kind of made a deal with myself
Oh.
So if it is that I have a list of 10 things, the thing that is going to dramatically change the outcome of all 10 things, get that done first.
Oh.
So if I get nothing else done and I procrastinate all day, I would have accomplished the biggest thing on my list immediately. So I kind of like set myself up to, it's like a little, I don't know, I had a meditation session and I came out of it thinking, you know what, every day I have to be better than the last day. And I just kind of stuck to that. So it's been helping me in terms of procrastination. I still procrastinate. But the thing I find is when I get the one thing done, I feel so pumped that I'll at least get 3 things off my list done. You know, I'm like, hey, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get like 3 things done. But also, I like to plan.
Yeah.
So planning is never my thing. She can tell you the first thing I'll do is plan. The thing is, when I was building my business, I learned something about myself. I am what my friends call an idea factory. If you tell me something, I can turn it into an entire thing that will make you money.
Nice.
Quickly.
Ooh.
The thing is, when I write it down and I'm excited and I organize it, I'm finished. So what I realized, and this will help with procrastination, I think a lot of times we procrastinate because we have areas that are exciting and areas that we don't like in order to fulfill one task. So the next thing I learned is I like to plan, but the step that follows planning, I'm not strong. I'm not strong on starting, like initiating,
The execution.
taking the things off the page.
Yeah.
So when I write something down and I say, Glenda, I'm done writing, and she goes, okay, and she starts anything, if I see it coming to life, I get excited again and I'm ready for the next step, but I don't initiate. So if it's up to me to get a task done, the parts that I'm great, I'll plan it, but if I'm supposed to initiate it, that plan doesn't move forward effectively. So I've learned that a cure for procrastination is actually delegation.
Oh.
It doesn't mean that you're terrible. It means you may not be excited about each step in a process.
Yeah.
So if you can delegate, I find that you'll find peaks where your excitement is, and you'll just, you'll jump in. So that's how I've been dealing with procrastination. I recognize I have friends around me, they're strong. I don't like to edit, I'll write everything. I had a business plan to do, and in a day, she can tell you, I wrote a 50-page business plan in a day, just like went through. I'm very focused when I have something to do. I can't pause though. That's another thing I found out about myself. If it's housework, if it's anything, if I start something, I must finish while I have it,
Ooh.
or it will take me days, months, years, never. Like, so I wrote that 50-page business plan in a day.
Nice.
And then I'm finished. I will never edit it. So I passed it on to my friend who edits. And she tweaks and she goes through and she corrects all that grammatical error. Because this is my brain. My brain's on fire and I'm just typing and I'm excited. Because I know what I want the business to be. So I just type it and I'm finished. I don't care about it after that. Like, I'm done. Then she takes it and when she gives it back to me, it's like 40 pages. She took out like so much stuff, like I over-explained, terrible language, a lot of grammatical stuff. It's like 40 pages when she's done. And when she's done, she's like, read it. I like to read. So I read it. And then I'm meticulous with like the graphs and stuff, so I'll go through again. But then at the end of that, I don't want to do anything else. I want to do really neat designs and the organization and the table of content. I don't want to do that. So I pass it on again. So I find that the delegation works for me. But I still procrastinate, but I delegate.
I'm glad you mentioned that. You mentioned a lot of things, especially delegation. That's why I had to ensure that we added that in there. That's one of the most important things about building a team, but we'll go into that. I'm glad you mentioned that, though, so I appreciate you sharing that. But did anybody else want to add on to that, especially procrastination? Like, for real.
I have a quote.
Go ahead.
It's by Nipsey, but it really stuck with me. He said, if you got doubt, you need a plan. Without it, it's hard to have faith in what you do. So just the awareness of that, because everything starts with awareness. Just try and keep that in mind.
So say that one more time. If you say if you have doubt, what was it?
If you have doubt,
Yeah.
you need a plan.
Okay.
Without it, it's hard to have faith in what you do.
Okay. You need a plan. Facts.
I think this is where the value of holding that journal could come in. Because when I see all of these right here,
Yeah.
particularly procrastination, particularly perfectionism, once those things whoop you upside the head several times enough, you realize, okay, I got to come up with a system to make sure that I don't realize or experience that again.
Facts.
What bothers me the most about the procrastination is it can be the small things that you know you can put off for a couple more days or
Yeah.
so. But something can happen in the snap of a finger, and then that thing that you procrastinated for then just takes away from your ability to prioritize, your ability to work on what is important.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of, well, not just, but I think one strategy is just really recognizing. I think that's where I'm at in my journey is, okay, I know I've had these ideas, I know blah blah blah. Now I got to go out and create what that actually looks like in this universe, in this life, because all of that idea generate, that idea factory. I'm like, wait,
Facts.
I can make that shit happen. Like I can see it all coming together, but now you got to get to that next stage. Okay, how do we implement this? How do I delegate this? Where do I delegate? Because you had that experience of like learning. Okay, that 3:45 rush to submit the paper ain't it. So that's kind of where my mind is going. I see these four things, and to your point, there's a lot of different strategies to like kind of work around that. But,
Yeah, especially when we're talking about like the ideation, like you were saying. But that execution, it don't look so sexy though. I'll be real with you feel me? But when we're like, oh man, it's a cold plan right here, you know. But then you're like, oh wait, I got to do something about it. Oh shit. All right, cool. You know, that's a whole nother world. You feel me? Now, transitioning from that, Dom, if you're open to it, I'd definitely love to, get your input on like if any of these stick out to you, maybe some that you overcame or stuff like that.
I was a huge procrastinator. I was the same exact way through high school, college, everything. Like I was late coming here today. Like not on purpose. I had to work, but I definitely overcame procrastination. My answer to that at least helped me is not anything deep. It's not anything like wow. It's literally just do it.
Yeah.
Like it's just do it. Like I did a training at my job, literally called KISS, Keep It Simple Specialist, and I talked about how to manage your day to day and really just keeping it simple. Like I probably said just do it 10 times. And I know it's obviously easier said than done, but the high you get from it will just keep you going. Like the high you get from like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did that. And like
Facts.
it's a natural like dose of serotonin.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get to the point where when you make a habit out of it, and I've seen you do have time blocks on here. Time blocks have helped me with that. Not like a strict schedule of time blocks, but like you know what, in the morning I'm gonna focus on these type of tasks. Let me take a cute little break, get some food. Then around the afternoon I'm gonna focus on these tasks, and you just do it. Like I have my 9 to 5 during the day, and then I have like a reminder on my phone at 7 o'clock. I start like focusing on my personal business stuff, and I will like make sure I do everything before that 7 o'clock hour so I can make sure that I focus on this for the rest of my day. And then I do have a 7-year-old, and she is on a strict schedule with me. I'm a young mom. You have to have these schedules. So I make sure that I have her to bed at a certain time so I can have time for myself. And you just do it. Like get that laptop out, pull up whatever you gotta pull out, and do it. Like even for bills, just pay that bill. Just do it. Like
It ain't going away.
It
Yeah.
sucks,
Yeah.
but you're gonna look back on it. You're gonna look back on it, and you're gonna be like, I'm so damn happy I did that.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's the worst feeling as well when like it's been weeks later or months later, and you're like, dang, if I would have did that, like I said I was, I had the energy, I had the momentum, I just didn't do
Facts.
it. Imagine if I would have stuck with it. Who knows where I could be today? It's the worst feeling in the world. It's lost time. So with procrastination, literally just do it. Just do it. Bite the bullet and do it. I plan, but like you don't even have to really go deep into planning, honestly. Just figure out those time blocks for yourself. I am a perfectionist. I will say that. I'm very OCD about certain things. It's probably helped me. And I was a communication major. So I love
True.
communication.
True.
So just really just biting the bullet and just doing it. Like getting like that step from planning to like executing the project. It's just the just do it part is that. Like that is what's gonna get you to plan. That's what's gonna get you to write. That's what's gonna get you to
start planning. That's what's gonna get you to be a perfectionist is you just do it.
Mm.
So like just keep saying to yourself like, oh, I'm gonna cry about it, I'm gonna whine about it, it's gonna
Facts.
be irritating, but fuck it, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
that's really what's helped me and how I got to where I am right now.
Facts.
One
Facts.
thing I want to add to that is like procrastination literally stresses me out. I can't do it. So I do the chip away method, for example. So like if you own a business, you know tax season's the worst.
Whew.
And so like literally like I started January, every single day I did something on it. And by the time I have to turn in, it wasn't that bad. So instead of looking at it as a whole, just break it down. Like each day I'm gonna do something, and by Friday you have like a lot of things completed. So I like that method. It works. But yeah.
Facts. Yeah, and I think adding other people in on that, going back to accountability, the reason that we're all here today is, like you were saying, tax season. I hit my CPA, it's like, all right, we got to meet on this day. So if I'm BSing, I still got to meet with them. So I got to show them something, Like the meeting's still going to go down. I'm not going to cancel it. You feel me? So setting up those meetings with other people, even if you are not fully prepared, it's like, hey, like we still, what's up? Like, hey, you need to turn this in, so it's still going to happen regardless. So, yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Now, is anybody else want to share? Go ahead.
I think the thing that I relate the most to is probably the perfectionism.
Mm.
I am a very particular woman, and I think that when I'm doing like certain content and things that I'm doing for interior design specifically, because it's so interrelated to like style.
Yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I don't like this font, this color. Like I'm
Yeah.
nitpicking those things, but in the reality of like, I'll show someone and they're like, oh, I love this. This is great, and it's like that's all an internal thing. So kind of releasing that is something that I've definitely learned and still learning to do. And then with the perfectionism, the planning does come into place. And I don't plan to fail, but I do address like potential roadblocks that could happen.
Solid.
And like how to address those too, in like a real, almost calculated way. So I don't feel intimidated because I know myself enough and I know like how to operate in certain things, and I know things that could potentially trigger me. So I'm like, okay, to get over that. And then also like time management, but like I have to do it in blocks. Like I can't just sit and do it because then I'm like, okay, so every few days, okay, maybe 2 hours of my time and divide it up, and it's not as overwhelming for me.
Word. Facts. Go ahead.
I kind of want to piggyback on everybody. Procrastination, it's the bane of my existence, so I definitely still procrastinate on my job, but doing what I do now definitely has helped with that. Scheduling, Outlook is probably my best friend. Put everything in your schedule if you have to. Hanging out with your friends, going shopping, doing things for work. It doesn't have to be, every 30 minutes. Unfortunately, my job is like that, but do it every 2-hour block type stuff. Just do it. Count to your head. 1, 2, 3. On 3, get up and do it. It used to be 5 for me. Of course. I've come a long way. Like I said, it was like, all right, 4.5. Like, what I mean?
Yes.
But just get up and do it. Because just like she said, once you start getting things accomplished, you look around and like, damn, I did that. Let me do this. I feel good about myself. Let me, And perfectionism as a pastry chef, like you cannot tell the details of everything. It was like it had to be perfect. It had to be this way. It had to be that way. I think that was probably the hardest thing other than procrastination that I had to fight. As a business owner, if you don't want to be an employee anymore, I'm going to take some Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki out for you guys. If y'all know what I'm talking about, some people do.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of plan, some kind of system to give and be able to delegate to other people. You're not going to do like things that you do so well. Maybe not, but that's the part of being a business owner. You have to come up with a system where they can do things as good as you are, especially with perfectionism. But just understand everything isn't going to be perfect, and keep going, because even if it isn't perfect in your eyes, in somebody else's eyes, that cake is beautiful. So, and I can look at it, I can nitpick it, but they were like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, you don't see that crack right here? You know what I mean? So just go ahead and do it. And this communication, I like to talk. Only with people I like. I've noticed that for some reason. So I had to understand, as being a business owner, you have to be I still do that with a good drink, maybe two. But going out and telling people what you do, you have to talk to people. They can't read your mind and just be like,
True.
oh, finances. I felt you say, you felt that just now, didn't you? I said that. It doesn't work that way. So I think the best thing that I can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just do it.
Mm.
She said it. She said it.
True. Yeah, so what we hearing from this is execution. That's what we hearing. Now, all right, cool. That sounds cool. You feel me? But we got to execute on that execution, though. Yeah, man, because that's something that I know I'm working on, especially with perfectionism. We was just speaking with the brother in the front, Patrick. Y'all probably seen him when y'all walked in. What was Patrick rocking? He had like some yellow shoes. Yeah, he was speaking on his brand and just talking about like us as business owners, especially like Larry, bro. I know you can relate with this. Like when it comes to video editing, you're like, man, that font ain't right. Like you was just mentioning. And that transition looking kind of, bro, the client ain't even gonna notice that, But we sitting here stressing like, nah, it ain't right yet. It ain't right yet. And it's like, bro, the client, bro, 9 times out of 10, bro, they not gonna care, You feel me? So it's like, yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that y'all mentioned that, and we definitely have a lot of relatability when it comes to perfectionism, procrastination for sure. So yeah, let's keep it rolling. So yeah, with time blocking, man, I love this, and I am proud to say that I have been getting better at this. But time blocking technique involves scheduling specific blocks of time for certain tasks. We know that. And one thing that I have done, calendars, scheduling apps, stuff like that. One thing that I have done is I put everything in Google Calendar now. But to go a step deeper is that once I think like 10 a.m. hits, everything has to be business related. So I'll dive into personal tasks, or I'm working on getting out of personal tasks if it's not from 10 to 6 type deal. But that's something that I have to set up for myself though. Otherwise, like I know that I'm gonna get distracted by a bunch of personal things that I could be doing and all that good stuff, And some of the apps that have been helping me with that, Google Calendar for sure. I'm sure everybody knows about Google Calendar. The next one would be Notion. Are you guys familiar with Notion? Notion, yeah. So you familiar with Notion? Hey, let's go. Yeah. So, hey, Notion has been a lifesaver. We use it for the back end of our business, but we also can use it for just like the calendar side of what we do as well. So those are 2 apps that like we've been using. Yeah, those are 2 main apps. But what apps are you guys using when it comes to like time management though?
Fantastic.
Go ahead. What is it, bro?
I use Fantastic.
Fantastical. Okay.
I'm still getting into it. Whenever I bought this iPad because I can't do shit with the paper down. I have the screen, it looks cute, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I bought all this stuff, all this.
Yeah.
I can just immediately just have it just open to strictly business. I have the app working
Exactly.
close it out.
Yeah.
So I don't even try to get sidetracked on YouTube.
Yes.
You're already in the app.
Yes.
But it helps. It automatically syncs with like the Google Calendar. Does a whole lot of stuff. More than I can actually just tell you. It's just work.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever I hear something, I'll either say it on my Apple Watch or text it myself. And then when I get to the crib, my notification pop up on my Mac, I'll be reminded to go back in here and put it into my system.
Yeah.
So things like that help me out.
Bro, I'm glad you mentioned that, bro, because that's something that I just did recently is like having that separate, like you saying with the iPad, bro, where like, bro, you log into the iPad, it's strictly business, you feel me? So like with the company phone, I don't know if anybody has like a separate company phone type deal, but just like you hop on the company phone and you're like, all right, well, I can't text my friends on this thing. Like it has to either be doing cold calling or emailing somebody on this thing, So it's like a literal divide between personal and business. Like, when you physically pick up the iPad, it's like, yo, this represents business right here, you feel me? And I forgot to mention one thing too, is this planner. One of my homies actually went to a co-working space, bro, worked there, and he was using this. This is a plan journal from Target or whatever, But what I like about it though is, yeah, I mean, it has the calendar stuff in there and all that good stuff, but it goes into personal notes as well, and it even has little things in here as far as priorities. At the bottom it says, you know, how was your day? And it has a little smiley face for yeah or a little sad face for no, you know, so it's kind of comical, yet at the same time, you know, it gets into the nitty gritty, you know, so we've been doing what we need to do for the past whatever month or so. So this has been helping me, a physical journal. So yeah, we'll definitely throw that out there. But what other tools we got going on though? What other tools we using? Go ahead.
There's one on my phone called Structure
Mhm.
that I love, and you can add like emojis to it. So
Yeah.
it's really cute. I don't know, I love it. But you can break it down into time, all of that. It's really nice
Yeah,
for like your phone. So.
for sure. Cool. Appreciate that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say sauna. Sauna's another like project.
You said Asana?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty good one. And then also too, I just been playing around with ChatGPT.
Ooh, talk about it.
For the AI system, like literally yesterday, I had just typed in like, create me a weekly schedule.
Yes.
This information you can add in like, this is what time I go to work, all that stuff, and it will literally make you something.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one too.
Bro.
Granted, like on the back end, you have
Yeah.
to like actually go put it somewhere.
Yes.
But it can like physically like create something with the AI system.
Yes, bro. Thank you for that. Mentioning ChatGPT. Who's familiar with ChatGPT or has used it? Everybody? ChatGPT. Yes, sir. Yeah, it hasn't made it. It's probably be too expensive to put it on the App Store, but it's a website software for right now. AI chatbot. Bro, we've been running it up for like the past month, going crazy. You feel me? But yeah, ChatGPT has, man, it's been amazing. So if you are not familiar with it, one way that you can use it is imagine Google. Go on Google. Hey Google, make me a meal plan. Like this is actually an example I use because I'm working on like gaining weight, for example. So I'm like, hey, make me a meal plan, 3,000 calories. Google will give you 30 results, and then you have to decide like, damn, which result do I go to? So ChatGPT, you go on there, hey Chat, make me a 3,000 calorie meal plan that consists of chicken, fish, and vegetables. And be like, all right, cool, here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Here's what you eat for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. You know, so imagine how much time you would spend on Google looking up these results versus looking on ChatGPT to get the same exact results type deal. So you can do that with business as well. Like, bro, email marketing, for example, email campaigns, social media campaigns, and it just goes on and on, bro. So, bro, check it out. Yeah.
My homeboy created something and he said, teach me how to have a Facebook marketing, like teach me Facebook marketing expertise. I want to study for 1 hour a day. I want to use free resources on Google Forms.
Ooh.
And he spit out a whole like hourly daily calendar plan for this thing to say, go to this Google Form, go to that Google Form, spend this half an hour. Like it breaks it down. So like once you really be creative with what it can do,
Facts.
that's a whole nother ethical thing behind it.
Yeah, nah, you're right about that. And what's interesting about what you said, Trey, is that we have to, when using ChatGPT, we got to get specific with it. The more specific we are with it, the better. Yeah, and Nate showed me that where bruh said you gotta prep it type deal. So he was like, hey Chat, I'm about to do this for this. Help me write this email campaign for this specific reason, et cetera, versus saying, hey, write me email campaign. Hey, I'm just a chat bot. I don't know what you're talking about, or I'll give you a general result, you know? So yeah, but so specificity is the key for ChatGPT. Yeah. Bro, it's free. Free 99, player. For now, yes. Or what they've been doing is since they added the paid version, the free version has been getting a little bit lighter as far as like people using it, so it should be easier to access. And then, hey, what's going on? What's your name? Chandra.
Yeah, owner of Artist Creative Code.
Uh-huh.
I do brand consulting, brand design, events. So I'm not really sure what's going on late.
Don't trip.
Late, but yeah, I still want to come.
Cool. Well, Chandra, we talking about time management, so you at the perfect one. Yeah. But yeah, we appreciate you pulling up though. So yes, so the next thing we are talking about is self-care. Ladies, I'm gonna be listening to y'all on this one. I ain't been doing a good job at this. I used to go to the park and stuff like that, and I just said, nah, I'm gonna just work all the time. Y'all know that that's not feasible. You feel me? But one thing that I have been doing is working on my routine to go to the gym at least every morning. You know, we ain't perfect at it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we work to make it happen. So scheduling breaks throughout the day. My mom be on me about this, and one thing she actually shared with me is, in entrepreneurship, we still have to schedule breaks as if we are going to lunch at work. You feel me? It's on my calendar, but I still don't do it. You know. But you know, engaging in activities, exercise, mindfulness, going outside, going for a walk, 10 minutes, something like that. But my personal challenge with that is, I even think that self-care is taking away from me from time that I could just be spending working. So that's like a big challenge that I know that I need to overcome type deal. But we all know the importance of self-care. So I'd love to open up the floor and just, you know, get everybody's thoughts on this and, you know, just input and all that good stuff.
I feel you on that. Like, if I'm watching a movie
Yeah.
or watching TV, I feel guilty. I'm like, I should be
Facts.
working on my business.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Like, I would really like advice on that because I don't know how to separate the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta tell me to separate. Wait till you start your business today.
Hey, so, all right. So how's that work for you? So you said you're pretty good at taking breaks. You would say?
Well, yeah, because so for example, my company now, like they literally told me, hey, if you take on more clients, you'll get like a bigger bonus or you'll get like whatever. I said no, like I turned it down. I was like, because my mental health, like is so much more important. Like,
Word.
yes, money's great. Like I've taken on the responsibility before, but like I have to feel like I'm okay. Like that is what is most important for me. Like I can't be overly stressed and like irritated and agitated. It's just not worth it to me. It's not worth the money. It's not worth like, that's just me personally though. Like I want to be happy before I'm anything else. Like I want to make sure that I feel fulfilled in my day, that I'm spending time with myself, spending time with, you know, my daughter, with my friends. That is my reward. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is the point of, you know, working so hard if you can't even reward yourself on a daily basis? Like, I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna work my butt off. I'm gonna do that, but it's just like loving myself more than loving a craft is just important to me. So it just makes me, it helps me to prioritize that within my day.
True. Yeah, appreciate you sharing that because you said that's gonna stick with me. Go ahead.
Speaking
Oh,
of
go ahead.
have a daughter, I'm a full-time mom, which is why I'm like, my son pacifiers literally in my
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm like juggling like being a mom. He just turned 1, so
Okay.
I'm a
Hey.
new mom, and then like working on. I don't know if you have a business or you work for a company
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, how do you juggle?
Yeah. Well, I told them earlier, like, I have her, she's 7 now. So I feel like a veteran parent.
Yeah,
It's
you're a
disgusting.
vet.
I'm only like 26. It's weird. I still not comfortable with Mother's Day. It's so weird to me. But I told them earlier, I had like a very strict schedule with her. Like we're up at 7. She's at school by 7:45. And it's like 4 minutes away. So she's having breakfast. I do her hair. She has her outfits picked the night before. She's like to that point now. So just having like a very strict schedule, and like as much as people don't like to admit it, like kids love structure. Like they like, if you let them do whatever they want, that's a no for me. I learned that very quickly. My dad taught me that like kids love structure. So give them like a structure and they'll grasp onto it very quickly. And then you can just like make time for your day as well. So I have her at my 9 to 5, then I'm working on my own personal business as well. So when you have structure, it allows you to take time for yourself as well and not like pull your hair out. Just learned that very quickly, like from the time she was also 1, and till this day I get compliments how she is just so well. You can ask her, she babysits her for fun. For fun. Literally, she's like, you want to go out? I'll take her. I'm like, all right. But she's very well mannered, very well like poised. Like she can talk to her like I'm talking to you guys right now, and that's all from just like planning her day. Like planning her day, my day, just like making sure that it's structured every single day. And trust me, I was a procrastinator. I was late to everything, still am. But even if you have a child or not, even if it's your dog, just like having structure in your day, I'm telling you, the benefits of it is like long term. I had to learn that the hard way. Trust me. It was not easy. I was an 18-year-old mom, full-time student, full-time worker. I did all of that, but I refused to like settle for life, and I always had that like motivation of wanting more. It never like left me, and just that motivation of like I have to have more, I have to
Solid, solid. Yeah, kid, go ahead.
For me, I definitely prioritize self-care, and it could be big and small things. Definitely one of the things that I've implemented probably within the last 2 months, every morning when I wake up, I go for a walk.
Mm.
My full-time job, I work remotely, so I, need that fresh air, and I also just need that, like, I look forward to it. Um, and for me, I prioritize having a full life, so it includes, friends, family, work, and that sort of thing. So like, I definitely prioritize having that, and like prioritizing like every aspect of it. And it gets challenging, and not everything is a focus at the same time. But I can say that I don't totally neglect anything. And for me, one of the reasons why I want to pursue, entrepreneurship is freedom. So like, I don't want to be a slave to my own business. So like, I have to figure out a way to be able to have balance in my life. So that includes self-care. So working hard, but I also like to play hard, and like the things that I enjoy, thank God, are kind of incorporated with my business. I love to shop, so I get to do that for work. So I kind of, get a little bit of that, even if it's for clients. So
You mentioned something very important. Don't be a slave to your own business. Whatever. Who's familiar with the book, The E-Myth? E-Myth. The entrepreneur's myth. So I read this book. I need to revisit it. Maybe about 2 years ago. It was pretty much about literally being a slave to your own business. Just one lady, she had like a cupcake shop or something like that, like, pastries and stuff, But she was getting mad at just like what she was doing in her business and stuff like that, because she was becoming a slave to her business. She didn't have the right strategies in place, the right structure, right operating procedures and all of that. So it was kind of just about the myth of like, you are your business, So getting out of that, going back to delegation, like you were saying, so we can, over time, step out of that role, so it just isn't, us doing everything. You feel me? Now, part of that explanation of the book, I may have butchered. It has been a minute since I read it. However, for all of us on this journey, I would definitely recommend, checking out the book, even if it's just like, YouTube summary or something, So the E-Myth, the entrepreneur's myth. I forget what the author's name is, but it's like big blue letters. Anything else? Anybody share anything? Go ahead.
I just want to say self-care for me,
Yeah.
sleeping.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
I just have to keep in mind that knowing when to rest, honestly, is part of the hustle.
Yes.
And I feel like honoring my need to rest will not only improve the quality of the work I get done, but the amount as well. So you can take a nap, it's okay. You can take a nap.
I'm glad you said that. Take a nap. Like, be okay with taking naps. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So like to her point, I had a mentor one time. He used to always say like rest is not a reward, rest is a responsibility. That's like how I kind of
Face.
It's also
Face.
bad for your heart if you don't sleep.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
That's like an actual thing.
And when I was working at my old job, my manager like bro was hustling all the time. You feel me? However, I asked him, I'm like, bro, so what's your thoughts on sleep? He was like, nah, bro, you gotta sleep. I'm like, man, I'm expecting bro to say like, man, I'll be 2 hours, 3 hours, like, bro. Even Gary Vee be saying like he get a full 8 hours. I'm like, man, this man tweaking. You feel me? But nah. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm definitely glad you mentioned that. Take your naps. Don't feel bad about it. Yeah. Bruh, facts. Facts.
Learn when to shut the laptops down, turn
Yeah.
the notifications off.
Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way with like the dementia joint.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting no sleep. 24/7 every morning. So yeah, learn when to shut the laptop down. I've learned to put my phone on do not disturb
Yeah.
sleep mode. Not at night. And I only allow a select few people to contact me if the house is on fire.
True.
Other than that,
Done.
I'll get to tomorrow.
Done.
It's probably not that important if you didn't get to me between 9 and 5.
Facts. And if you didn't leave a voicemail,
Yeah, if you didn't leave a voicemail,
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Set D&D. Facts. Yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling though. Hey Tara, how we looking like on time? Good? Cool. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go.
I have a quick question just for you. How, like, how our culture is like, no sleep, all the How do
Yeah.
y'all feel about that? I feel like that shit is like hella toxic.
Oh, talk about it.
Like,
Talk
I
about
think,
it.
you know, I mean, and that's some nights when you know you have to do what you have to do. But I'm not gonna lie, like I can't do shit if I'm not getting some sleep.
Facts.
I ain't even gonna lie, like is there a way that you improve?
Yeah.
You know,
Go ahead.
Working in finances and then like, trying to help black people, it makes me realize that walking up a mountain backwards in the snow, no shoes, we have as a culture, we have a lot of toxic traits that we need to get rid of. Like honestly, and we're not doing it the right way that we glorify. So that's what I feel like that kind of goes into. And sleep, they sleep just fine.
That's looking good, yeah.
So I think that's just one of those categories with a long list of things as a culture, as black people, we need to get rid of.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate though, because I think I recognize and like notice people of that cycle and see the benefits of doing so. While I'm not going to advocate for no sleep, I don't think that's what it is. I think really though, it's the idea of what are you doing to differentiate yourself from the people that you're competing with. And I think the most tangible thing that people see is no sleep. And what I change that to though is me, I'm gonna get my sleep, alright, but instead of like trying to execute everything I can when people normally would, I'm up at 5 a.m. certain times. Now I'm in bed at 9 o'clock. You heard me? But it's really just a matter of finding out what are you doing, because I know that time from like 5 to 7, that world is quiet. I can get my time to meditate, I can get my time to do what I need to do, whatever. But I agree that it's toxic to like not get your sleep, because you need sleep. But it's really, I think it's just really finding what makes you different that your competition are doing. That can manifest itself in a lot of different ways. It's just that no sleep mentality kind of is just tangible. So that's just something that I can offer.
I'm glad you did play devil's advocate because I never you're right. That's facts. You know, just even just doing something like a shift, make a world of difference. Like that. Yeah.
True. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people who don't sleep. Like, I can go like this and like this for like days if I could. I feel as though that's just the way I'm structured my old jobs that I had. I used to work in healthcare, so I used to have to do 12, 15-hour shifts and then have to get off and still try to live my personal life as well. And then also, after my healthcare, also military. Military, like standing on shifts and everything for like 24 to 40 hours without having to sleep or not being able to sleep. That structured me to the point where I don't have to. So it's like he said, like I'm trying to get to the point where I'll start turning off my phone. No notifications, no nothing. I feel like the moment I see it, I gotta take care of it. So I would definitely like that. I'm gonna start doing that like that do not disturb, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I got that thing at morning time, 9 to 11.
But the only thing is, I can say that the only thing I feel is though I haven't like really been crashed. I take real good care of like my health and the way I eat. I really do like specifically take care of my body. Like I eat a certain way, I drink certain things, like I really detox my body of all toxins and everything like that, and really still pray, meditate, and everything like that. And just I don't know, I just keep going. But I'm definitely trying to work on the sleep. I know in the long run,
Gonna crash out, yeah.
start phasing out.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be older longer than I'm going to be younger. So
Facts. Yeah.
as much as I can, but it's also always limited.
Yeah. Word. Appreciate that, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna comment to like what you said, but I agree, bro. Like I do feel as though like we live in a world where like society is constantly telling us go get it. But like it's a difference between being lazy versus like just creating like discipline in your life and say, all right, I'm gonna spend this much time on like executing on what I gotta do. And I think so much like is poured in. Don't get me wrong, it's a great tool, but I think like social media like plays a part in that into that as well. Just because like we see so many like successful people and it's just like, oh okay, I gotta do that. That plan or like that routine may not be your routine that you need to do. Because I know like for me personally, like I'm like my man right here, bro. I get up at 5 o'clock every day, go to the gym, and I got other friends. I mean, they might lift more than me, stronger, but they just can't work out at 5 o'clock. That doesn't work. That doesn't work for them. And like even like going back to the sports tip, I was listening to an interview with Usain Bolt. He's like the fastest sprinter in the world He's not sprinting every day. And I feel like that's the same thing with life, bro. Like, if it doesn't work for you to sprint 1,000 miles every day, just find like what works for you, bro. Like, just take it day by day, because your best might not, your 100% today might not be 100% as yesterday. It might look different every single day, bro. So you just got to kind of figure out like what works for you.
True. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what I've been doing lately on my phones are just setting limits on my apps, so I'm not just
Yep.
you know you lay down, you like have to go to bed, but let me just get on Instagram. No, like I think I set like a 30-minute limit on like all of my social media apps if I'm not using it for business. So that's another way I'm able to like kind of just get off my phone and unwind. It helps a lot.
Fast. Yeah, and I would say the most important thing to that, because I've been working on that too, is obeying that limit. Because if not, you know, another 15 minutes, you know, you feel? Yeah, exactly. But nah, same boat on that one. And Larry, what I would also share with you with that one, bro, is one thing that's been heavy in my life, bro, is what's for you is meant for you. You know, that was laid on my spirit probably like sometime last year, bro, and you ain't gotta force it, you know. So like whatever strategy that like, you know, how should I say it? Whatever strategy is for you, you feel me? You ain't gotta force the strategy. So if it works for somebody else, like what Brad was saying, cool. That's what's up for them. That was meant for them, you know. It ain't for you though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
Because I got to this 5 a.m. spot after like a year of starting at 7 o'clock. 6:30. So whatever your thing for you is, it doesn't have to be a drastic shift. Like I think that's what also messed up with this whole culture. Is like we have to make it happen now. But like if you just like you said it well, it's a shift. So like if it's like for work for me, if I get in 30 minutes earlier than my peers, then that's something I'm beating them on. But then once you start doing that consistently and you start compounding, and that 1% effect starts kicking in, and you start like getting better and better at it, you'll see that by overnight, you'll just like have this natural vibe that you can stand on. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a bad they're coming down. You can't touch me on that. Right. So that's something just phenomenal about what you stuff.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I used to, before I was doing what I do now, I worked in like entertainment and nightlife, so I would have to do parties, stay over, and then go and then work in the office the next day. So I was younger, but that does not age well like, at all. And you really like, I don't sacrifice my sleep because that's critical for me, but some other things that I do, maybe I don't do as much, or like I'll delegate my time in different ways, but things like rest and, you know, eating healthy foods and like even just socialization, like I still prioritize those things, but other things that are less important, I don't do them as much. And then I really, this is not what, but I don't believe in working hard, I believe in working smart. And I think like over the course of my life and career, I've figured out certain things that, you know, alleviate the work and like are a little bit more systematic and smarter so I don't get burned out. Because I know like once I burn out, it's hard for me to get back up.
True.
So like before I can get to that point, I'm like, okay, listen to your body and like rest a little longer if you need to, drink more water if you need to, and then go from there because it's hard to like get back up once you're really, really low.
True.
So like, you know, listen to your body before you even get to that point.
Facts. Yeah. Bro, did that? Oh, go ahead.
So I recognize something. There's a point when you're building something that you may not sleep. Like you just go because you're building it and it doesn't make sense yet. And things you're kind of learning as you fail, learning as you succeed, and you're kind of trying to put processes together. So like those early days, I believe if you're gonna build something that lasts, you have to put in like an immense amount of work initially, but then I agree with her, at a point, you want to make it become smart, you know? So it can't be that for 3 years you're working like 24 hours, and then in the 4th year you're working 24 hours. I mean, you should have learned something over
True.
3 years that makes you work 10 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you structure and you reshape as you go along. And then I really advocate this. There are things and
Yeah.
the things I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And I would rather hire somebody who's
100%.
great.
100%.
Yeah, I like saying staff your weakness. You
Yup.
staff your weaknesses.
Yup.
There
Yup.
are things that you just won't be good at.
Mm.
And I'd rather sleep and pay someone a salary and not have a salary,
Mm.
have my business being built strategically because that person is smarter than I am in the thing that I need
Yes.
to get done. So they'll do it in faster time, and then that person or those persons will lead to me getting a salary. So I'd rather sacrifice my sleep initially to put the dream
Mm.
on the line,
Mm.
and then I want the line to become like a production. You
Mhm,
know what I
mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
You should be pushing out something automated.
Yeah.
It can't be the same thing. So I do think team no sleep, but to a point, and then you work smart after.
Mm.
Yeah.
True. True. Yeah, and one thing I don't need that. One thing I'll mention to that is it's another book that I'm actually just finishing up right now. It's called Your Next 5 Moves. So if you guys are familiar with Patrick Bet David, y'all familiar with him? Yeah. So he released a book called Your Next 5 Moves, which I believe is his first book. And he was talking about, like he was mentioning with delegation, and one thing I would say to that point is, Larry, when the time comes, bro, I know for myself, like I was just sharing with Brad, like, bro, went on Behance, this some Nate had shared with me, went on Behance and hiring out some of those weaknesses. For myself, I don't want to spend all my time editing, bro. So we hired 2 editors this year, and we just wrapped up a project, and I was just reflecting on the fact of, if I was in charge of this project, I would still be working on it. But I passed it off to my editor, and since that's what he specializes in, bro, he knocked it out in a few days. So it just made me reflect, like, damn, okay, maybe I need to start doing this a little bit more, that way we can scale our company, because that's what we're trying to do. You feel me? You said what now? Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, delegation talked about that. So, and then we are wrapping up. So we have talked about a couple things today, especially around time management. So even if it's not how are we improving time management, leaving this meeting today, or leaving this event today, I should say, what are some things that we can put in place to ensure that our time management is going to get better? So, what you got?
My dad, he told me, and it sticks with me every single day. It's honestly my motivation to going to my 9 to 5 every day. But you have to do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you have to do that 9 to 5 to save up money to start your business, or if you have to save up money to whatever it is, but do what you have to do, whether that's losing sleep or not, in order to do what you want to do, and maybe that's relaxing and traveling for the rest of your life. So it's like more so just look at it as like, okay, this grinding season or this hustle season, it's a season.
Yeah.
I can make it the rest of my life if I want to, but
Yeah.
right now I'm gonna do what I have to do, and then eventually I'm gonna get to that point where I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
like my motivation every single day.
Yeah, similar to like Dave Ramsey. He said, regardless of thoughts on Dave Ramsey, you feel me? He said, live like no one else so we can live like no one else. So live like no one else now, whatever sacrifice those are. Janae is reminding me of that, so I appreciate that. So that we can live like no one else later in life. So very similar to what your dad was saying. But yeah, so what do we have in place that, like, all right, cool, based off what everybody was sharing, I'm gonna go do this. Go ahead, bro.
There's one thing I probably forgot to say, but
Yeah.
I stopped multitasking and started
Oh.
seeing tasks at the
Okay, okay.
I feel as though it's like, I was like, well, I got so much I got to knock out, really try to do certain things at once. I feel as though, like, yeah, I was working on everything at once, but I was not getting as much progression off the file. Could have got it if I took my time to knock out these one thing
Yeah.
at a time, one thing at a time. Set those time frames, like,
Mm.
they were saying, like, set that time for 2 hours and everything like that. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to
Mm.
continue to improve on, definitely, like, my time blocking.
Single task, yes, 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 yeah.
Whatever task I would need to knock out for the week, I would literally just write all everything down.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't get it done that day, I would just like highlight it on my calendar, and then I try to get it done the next day.
Mm.
I kind of just, whatever I can get done that day is what I get done. And
Yeah.
if I can't get it done, I'll just go over to next week or the weekend if I have time. But
Mm.
that's, yeah, single task. I can't multitask.
True, Yeah, because we're not even wired to multitask, you know? Even though we attempt to do it anyways. So single tasking, that, yeah, I need to start doing that, bro. But yes, so anything else? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Man, all of y'all just like gave me hella like just thoughts just now. Three of them right now, real quick. Um, you gave me an idea when you were just mentioning like when we talk about the shift that I shouldn't have to worry about just trying to make a drastic change. You make me come to the conclusion that maybe what I need to focus more on is not making drastic changes, but focusing on making permanent changes, no matter how small they may be. Dom said, like, just do it. And it's really that damn simple.
I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's somebody else in here, I don't remember who it was, but they said, just essentially, just schedule it down the point. It might have been you, Darren. Like, just essentially, like when you were mentioning with your CPA, regardless of how you may be coming along with it, you still got to show up to that meeting.
Still got to pull up, yeah.
You know, you better, give yourself, some face to show.
Yeah, 100%.
You look like an ass when you show up. You know, so I'm going to apply. Those are three particular things just off the top of my head that I'm going to apply.
For sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a blessing to hear, bro. Yeah, man. So yeah, Tom Block. All right, cool. Anybody else open to sharing? I think you was about to say something. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Nah, go ahead.
Whispered it. So
Yeah.
sorry. But I really like her idea of like outsourcing parts of my business that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Because it just, I feel it'll go like further along, like you said, having somebody else do it, all that good stuff. But that's a really good one, actually.
Yeah. Behance, because you what part of your business would you say you want to outsource?
So I love content creating, but for your business, you kind of have to do it on a daily basis.
True.
Like stories, posts, all of that. So like the amount is a lot sometimes. So having somebody else create that for me, that would make my life 10 times easier, and it'll be more consistent. Yeah.
I would say check out Behance. Make a job post, and you can use ChatGPT to make the job post for Behance. You feel me?
Listen, I already love ChatGPT.
Yeah, right.
So
Crazy.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Check that out. Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead.
I know you mentioned like social media content.
Yes.
Sometimes for me, like it's best if I batch create things. And sometimes it's hard if you do things that are more trend based, so you like be up on it. But like it does give me a pretty good structure. And then even if I do like certain evergreen content that I'm like, okay, I can use this and just change something in between it. That's the way that I usually just kind of approach it.
And that's where I want to get to also, like spend a day just creating a bunch of content to schedule it. I just need to do, you know what?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I need to do.
100%. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Something that I try to prioritize doing is, I don't use your phone, social media for, networking, making money, things like that, but prioritizing like social media detoxes. Whether it's a few hours a day, a week, whatever you can do, it's so essential for your mental health. And, I think there's just such a strong attachment to technology. It's like you'll realize the difference in the quality of work and the individual that you are, and the work that you put in just, spending some time away from
Yeah.
technology. So it's part of self-care.
100%. Yeah, and Brad taught me that, bro, because I know you were saying like a detox, what you said, like in January or February? Yeah, bro, because when you said that, I'm like, shit, I need to go ahead and do the same thing then. So yeah, I appreciate you doing that and inspiring me for that, and I appreciate you sharing that once again, So yeah, that's great as well. Anybody else?
If you want a pro tip I was gonna say, if y'all want a pro tip for how to detox from your phone, me and my friend actually did this for a couple of days. Go into your settings and turn the grayscale on. It will completely take away all the color on your phone. I promise you, it will make you incredibly productive because you will not want to look at your phone. I didn't believe him when he told me to do it, but I did it for like a week, and it is not the same looking at Instagram black and white.
Yeah.
And it will literally make you not want to touch your phone. And we did it for a week, and you go into your settings, and I think it's like accessibility and turn on grayscale, and it'll turn off all the colors for everything. And my productivity, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot I had a phone for a long time. I was just like, even when the notifications go off, like,
You're like,
you don't get that
Yeah, it's true. I feel you. Yeah, yeah.
That jump changed. I mean, I did it for a week. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I kind of want my color back a little bit, but you know, it does help.
Word. And it sounds like a combination of grayscale mixed with some time limits type deal. You know, that sounds like a dangerous combination. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, matter of fact, I might have to, going back to the grayscale. Okay, okay. You said don't forget the what now? Oh yeah, mixed with that too? Yeah.
Social media gets me to comparing. I feel like I start comparing my entire life when I'm on social media now.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's something that we all go through. Yeah, that's another world right there. Yeah, that's another world right there. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead and cut it right here for today. What time is it though? Oh, it's like 8:03. Yeah. So we are going to cut it for today. So once again, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Of course, we are going to do the Innovators Circle every single month. So that's my public commitment to consistency. So every single month, second Monday of the month, even if it's not specifically the second Monday, expect from us every month. Because if we're not doing that, then check us on it, So that's like my public commitment type deal. So once again, Darren Anderson, founder of Sky House Media, specialized in video marketing for commercial and residential real estate clients, nonprofits, small businesses, things of that nature. This the homie Nate right here, Render Vision, or now is called Vision Interactive. And yeah, we just encourage everybody before we close today to like really connect with one new person, 2 new people, 5 new people. I mean, it's a small group. You feel me? We can talk to everybody if we wanted to, But yeah, just connect with one new person before we get up out of here today. So yeah, appreciate y'all.